It's Crazy Biker, and today we're doing an oil change. Okay, so the first step is to clear the beer. You gotta pop your head. Most cars have a release inside, and you won't have to do this. Yeah. I'll do it that way every time. Are you recording? Okay.
Yeah.
Jeep Cherokee features a 14mm drain bolt. You can use this wrenching technique. Can you see that?
Yep.
You use oil changing? There we go. What the?
Now mind you, if you take the filter off before you start draining, it will drain a lot faster. But we unfortunately don't have two drain pans here, or one big enough that will fit underneath both. Also, when we took off the cap, that also allows it to drain a little bit faster. Kind of like shotgunning a beer. As you can see, that oil is black. And how long has it been since you've done an oil change on this?
11,000 kilometers.
Now, are you using synthetic or are we using regular?
Regular.
Really? And our oil change today is with conventional oil or synthetic? Right. So now everybody remember that in conventional oil you can only go about 5,000 kilometers.
Yeah.
Or should. But, I mean, you can go over. Newer vehicles are telling you to go 8,000 on conventional, but
Alright.
Definitely not a good idea.
I'm going out. I'll be back later.
Good.
Not much in the properties have changed in conventional oil since it has come out, but I mean...
Now I'm going to crack the filter.
First thing you want to do is you want to make sure that you remove the oil cap. This way that you don't forget that you haven't poured oil. Over on the underneath here, you can see that there's an oil filter. It's going to be easy enough. It's accessible from the top here. The gaskets do expand and retract, especially when the engine is hot, and this engine is hot.
Alright, this is how you pop the filter off. It's basically a big nut. Alright, there, you're gonna get some oil coming out at this point. If you got a horizontally mounted filter, it may get all over your hands. That's why I like the Jeep Cherokees. Get anything on your hands.
I believe you meant vertically, if you get the vertically.
Yes.
Because yours is horizontal.
Okay, refill.
So you're gonna pull the oil filter up, straight up. You're gonna flip it as soon as you get it, not spill. It's almost impossible not to. Always drop your oil container in the catch, like so. As you can hear, it's still draining.
Now, once you get that off, you can put your drain plug back in. There's that 14mm wrench.
Make sure you tighten it up, but not too tight. You also don't, you don't want to make it harder than it has to be, that's for sure. Taking it off the next time. Good idea is to lubricate your drain plug bolt before you put it on. A little bit of dirty oil never hurt.
Okay, so we got the drain plug back in. We've got the filter off. Now, before you install your new filter, take a look at the mounting surface, the mating surface of the filter. Make sure that there is no O-ring left on it. Just look for that bare metal. Apply some oil to the O-ring to ensure that you can get it off next time you do an oil change. You can use the oil in the cap trick if you want. I just dip my fingers in the oil container usually. Take the excess, pour it in your motor. You can add oil before you put the filter on, but I suggest putting the filter on first. I'll come down through here.
Filter only needs to be hand tight. It doesn't need to be overly tightened.
Tight as you can with one hand.
And now what? We're ready to pour oil.
Okay, film. Jeeps take around 5 liters of oil. I usually start with 4.5, and then I check it with the stick. If you're at the bottom of the safe, it's about 1 liter to the max.
If you are just under the safe zone, 1 liter up.
Yeah, about that. Okay. Oh wait, I got it already, didn't I?
So you're gonna pour the oil, not so fast.
So I got the oil to about there right now. I'm gonna check it before I pour any more in. Dipstick is the one in the front. Just ringing it.
Yep. Tranny is clearly the pull line right there, as you can see.
All the way in. Okay, we're about this far, the safe line, and we need to go this much. So I'm gonna pour the rest of the oil in.
He doesn't realize it takes 5.7 liters of oil yet.
No.
If you want to know that in quarts, it's 6 quarts. You'll be good. It's a nice
Keep
store.
this for your old oil. I like to keep my old jug so I can put the oil in it. Okay, we're just over the safe mark. But no worries. Right now the oil filter is empty when you start it up, but half a liter goes into the oil filter.
Basically ensure the fact that we're running on the safe line. I mean, just a little bit under, halfway through, that's fine. As long as you're within the safe line, you're okay. If you're within that, not a bad idea. If you didn't pick up enough oil just to go by, pick up maybe an extra liter just to, make sure that you're just above it. If you guys didn't notice earlier in the vehicle, there is quite a major oil leak there. So being a little bit overfilled will be a little bit harsh on your seals, but at this point, the seals have already pretty much reached the end of their existence.
Okay, so we're gonna start it and we're gonna run it until we get full oil pressure. That way we know the filter is completely full. Okay, it's not going up anymore. Shut it off. Now, go check your oil. Got my mechanics rig. Stick out. Now, the engine was just running, so there's going to be oil all over the stick and you're not going to get an accurate reading. You got to wipe off the stick. Put her down all the way. Now we're at the bottom of the safe. Right there. I need to be right there. So we dip into your emergency saving. I suggest buying a jug of this and a big jug as well.
As you can see, the skilled master auto mechanic is free pouring it. You gotta stick it right in there. If you don't stick it in there, you don't get the full effect. When they say just the tip, it doesn't mean just the tip. It means the full thing, if your tip's an inch.
I can't fit the full thing in there.
How much further do we have in this?
Okay, and that pretty much concludes your oil change, and this is every 5,000 kilometer deal, unless you're running synthetic, or you've got one of these newer motors that these manufacturers are putting out these days.
Because it is preventative maintenance. You let it go too long, you end up causing. This gentleman right here is the maintenance side, I myself am the preventative maintenance side. You don't want to see him because the bill is not going to be anywhere near as nice as our bills.
No, not at all.